8.5 properties of logarithms. What I expect you to be able to do is basically use the change of base formula. All right. We have a couple properties that you have to know. One is the product property. It says if we have log base b of u times v, it's equal to the log base b of u plus the log base b of v. Now, we use this when we have a number that maybe we can break up into two different parts, and you're going to see an example of that. But just know that you change the multiplication into each having their own log, whatever the base is, and then separate them, and then just add them. All right? Then we have the quotient property. The quotient property says if we have log of b of u divided by v, then we can break these two up, give them their own log of the same base, whatever this base is, and we take the top one minus the bottom one. All right? So log base b of u minus log base b of v. All right, and then you have your power property. Your power property simply says that if you have the log base b of u to the nth power, what you can do is you can just move this n to the front and make it n times the log base b of u. All right, and those will come in handy when we're evaluating these. All right. Well, here's an example of how you can use them. All right. If we have the log base 5 of 3 is approximately 0.683, and the log base 5 of 7 is approximately 1.209, then I want you to approximate these following, only using these two. Okay? So again, you're going to see some of the homework like this. Make sure you just use these two numbers, all right, and these properties. All right, so the first one we got is log base 5 of 3 divided by 7. So that's our quotient property. And we can change it into the log base 5 of 3 minus the log base 5 of 7. So then the log base 5 of 3 we already have. That is 0.683 minus log base 5 of 7 is 1.209. And then all we got to do is just take those two numbers, put those in the calculator, and subtract them. So we get 0.683 minus 1.209. And we get our answer, a negative 0.526. All right, so that's how we used our division property. All right, next we have a log base 5 of 21. All right, so 21, we need to change that into a 3 and a 7. So we got to do something with the 3 and a 7 to get 21. And you should notice it's multiplication because 3 times 7 is 21. So we can change this into the log base 5 of 3 times 7. And that's our multiplication property, which is the first one, the product property. So then we can just split it up. We can make it the log base 5 of 3 plus the log base 5 of 7. Log base 5 of 3, again, is up here. It's 0.683 plus log base 5 of 7, 1.209. And again, all we got to do is put them in the calculator and add them together now. So again, it's just 0.683 plus 1.209. And we get our answer, 1.892. So the log base 5 of 21 is approximately 1.892. All right, that's what we did when we did this. We found out what the answer to that is. All right, so the next one, we got the log base 5 of 49. Again, we can only use a 3 and a 7. Well, we can do it as 7 times 7, or we can do it as 7 squared. And get the, so I'm going to do it, since we already did a multiplication one, I'm going to do it with the square one. So we're going to change this into log base 5 of 7 squared. Now, our rule is here, the power property, just says you move the exponent out to the front. All right, so you just move the exponent. So we just move this 2 out to the front, and it's 2 times the log base 5 of 7. So we got 2 times, and the log base 5 of 7 is 1.209. So you just got to multiply it by 2. So 2 times 9 gives us 18. 2 times 2 is 4. And then we got a 2. So 2.418. All right, would be our answer for the log base 5 of 49. Again, 2.418 would be what that would be equal to. Okay? All right, so you got a U-try. Make sure you try these and do these because on the homework there's 3 problems just like this. All right, so you're gonna have to use this just like we did here. So give them a shot. I will send you the answers to them. All right, next we have the change of base formula. The change of base formula is going to be your best friend for logs. All right, because this change of base formula actually allows you to find any log. All right, using the change of base formula. So the change of base formula says if you have the log base c of u, you can do the log base b of u on the top divided by the log base b of c on the bottom. Now, what this really does is it allows us to use any of the log functions to do this problem. All you got to remember is what's here goes on top, the base goes on the bottom. So just remember base, bottom. All right? Now, namely, it allows us to use the 2 buttons in the calculator. All right, in the calculator we have the log button and we have the natural log button. So we can use either one of those to evaluate any of these logs. All right, so now what I mean by that is if we look at example 2. All right, example 2, we're going to evaluate the expression log base 3 of 7. We're going to use both the common and the natural log. So what we can do is this. We can do log 3 of 7 equals, and we'll use the log button or just the log. So log 7 divided by log 3. All right, we can also use, again, it was log base 3 of 7. Remember, base on the bottom. All right, we can use natural log, which says ln 7 divided by ln 3. All right, and these are the buttons in the calculators, and most calculators have these. All right, so to do the first one, all right, all I'm going to do is I'm going to do what's up top and then divide it by the bottom. So I'm going to just hit my log button here, and then I'm going to do 7, and then if you just hit enter and then divide it and then do log of 3 and then enter and you get your answer. So this is approximately 1.771. All right, now I'm going to show you that it doesn't matter if you use log or natural log, you're going to get the same answer because these are both the same problem. So I'm going to use natural log this time. So I got ln of 7, and I'll hit enter, and then divide it by, and then ln of 3, and hit enter, and you'll see I get the exact same answer either way. All right, so that shows you can use either log or you can use ln, which is the natural log. All right, either one of these, but you cannot mix them. Like you can't use log on the top and natural log on the bottom. Whatever you use in the top, you have to use in the bottom. All right, so now you got 3 try these problems. All right, just use that. All right, and use the log button or the ln button in your calculator. You can try it both ways. All right, and that is it for the notes. So then I gave you a homework worksheet that has problems similar to those on theirs.